All right. So in the last session, I explained how the different parameters that we see when we start a trade on Royal Q or Vayoh, whichever application you are using, they are both the same. So I explained the basic features, the basic parameters that you all see when you start a trade in any coin, right? You are trading on spot market or you are trading in future market. The parameters remains the same except the future market, which has a long and short side, right? But I'm going to explain it on the spot market, and later on we can shift to future market also if you want. So what all we see, I explained in the previous session, in the last Monday session, when we open this any coin, any trade that we open, and we click on create at the bottom, right? And we select a Martingale strategy bot, and we also have a grid bot that we will cover in the later sessions. So let's start now with Martingale strategy bot. Suppose I want to trade on APE with USDT in the spot market. Same thing you will see here when you see in the futures market, right? So only difference we see in the future is we have the two sides of the page. One is the long and one is the short, right? But the parameters remain the same. So to start with the trade settings, we go to this trade setting page and we see here smart create page. This is the smart create. This is a smart create and this is the manually create. I explained to you the smart create page. I hope you all know about this. And in the last Monday, I explained how the manually create page is here and how much, what is the meaning of each and every parameter. I hope you all know about this and you don't have any confusions about this. Uh, you can you can reply in the chat. Suppose if you missed the last Monday session, so if anyone here wants me to explain each and every parameter here, so you can reply in the chat, or if you have attended, then we can proceed with the advanced settings. That is what is the topic for today. So how many of you don't know about the basic parameters that you see on this page? Let me see in the chat. Okay. One reply I see from team leader Saul that I didn't attend, and some more replies we hear now. Okay. So you know about it. That is sufficient if you know, right? So okay. We attended and we know. Okay. And one person, Loveness, is saying, I didn't attend last Monday and I don't know. And Munzero Jean is also saying, I don't know. Investor is also saying. So it seems that you are all new people who have missed the last Monday session. So let me explain to the newcomers first, and let me make it fast because I don't want to miss this advanced settings option that is in the bottom, right? Because many of you are trading for since the last long time, and you all know about these, right? So what we see here, let me make it 5 here. Okay. So to make it very clear, when we open the page on manually create page, what we see here is the first line, we see a my template, which allows you. Okay. Olivia is saying that we can watch the videos that are uploaded in the group. So that is also good. That if you have not attended the last Monday session, you can go to the uh, Teams YouTube channel and watch the last Monday's recording that is uploaded there, right? But since some of you asked, let me repeat in a very quickly to explain all of you. So here we see we can make a template and make our own strategy that we have saved in this page, and we can apply the strategy in one click here, right? This is a strategy mode which says that we can trade on three different modes that we know here. We have whole warehouse mode, we have sub-bin mode, and we have sub-bin mode real-time settlement. So all have different kinds of strategies that you can go to the YouTube upload and recording of the last Monday, and I have explained this in a detailed manner, right? So when we start any trade, we can start with the first buy in amount. This is the amount that is used to start a trade. The robot buys with this amount, whatever you have put here. This is the first buy, and later on it multiplies this with the with the num with the number of times that you want the robot to buy for you in each margin calls. Like we have put a 7 margin calls here, right? So this is the basic amount that the robot starts with. We can also double it if you want. You can click this button open, and it will double this first buy in amount, but only for the first buy only, right? Not in the later calls, right? Only in the first buy you can start with either the basic amount or the double of what you have put here. We have AI margin call here. We have the AI margin call here, which allows us to use the AI function of the robot, which is optional also. If you want that the robot should follow the all the parameters that you have filled here without any delay, so it will, you can turn it off, or if you turn it on, it you can take the benefit of artificial intelligence technology that allows that allows the Royal Q robot to use its own intelligence to make a better decision for you. So even if you have put a 5% drop in the next call and this button is on, if you have turned this on, so if the robot sees, the AI of the robot sees that the market is still falling down more than 5%, it will wait for it to reach the support level. And after that, after waiting for a few minutes, it will buy. So this allows you to take a uh, deeper buy at the deeper price, right? At the lower price. So here we have a margin call limit that we see here. How many times that you want the robot to buy for you after it has bought the first buy in amount, right? So once you have started the trade, how much capital you want to invest, and how many number of calls that you want to open, right? In each call, you must assign some drop also, how much drop you want to take, and how much capital you want to use in each margin calls. So first of all, you have to instruct the robot that you want to open how many margin calls. Suppose someone says that I want only 4 margin calls. So you can start with 4 margin calls. Or if someone says I want around 15 margin calls, so you can start with 15 margin calls according to your strategy, according to your capital. That is up to you, and you are going to learn all these strategies in the next sessions. So here, for example, we have put 7 margin calls. So now the robot will start with the first buy, and later on it will buy 7 more times. It is not including this. So this first buy that we can also call a zero number call. This is a zero call. Then after that, if the drop comes, it will buy the first margin call, and later on all the 7 margins, like this. Okay. So you see here how many times the margin calls you want to open, and what is the take profit that you want to target in the whole position. Whole position means that if you are trading in a whole warehouse mode, then all the margin calls will be closed in this take profit percentage. Or if you are using the sub-bin mode strategy, then only the 0 to 4th call will be closed in this profit percentage. I hope this is clear to you. The whole warehouse mode is working by default in 0 to 4 calls only, right? After it enters the 5th call, you have this option that you can open a sub-bin mode, or you can leave all the calls in the whole warehouse mode only. So suppose someone says that I want to trade only in whole warehouse mode, and he has opened 7 margin calls. So all the 7 margin calls will be sold at one go, right? It will not sell separately. It will sell all the whole warehouse in this of all these 7 calls in one take profit percentage that you put here, right? If you have opted for the whole warehouse mode. And if in other case you have opted for a sub-bin mode, so sub-bin mode starts from fifth call onwards. Fifth call onwards, you can start. You cannot start the sub-bin mode in first call, right? So even if you have put sub-bin mode, it will buy with the zero call, that is the first buy, then first call, then second call, then third, and then fourth. After it has bought the fourth call, and when it reaches the fifth margin call, it can be put into sub-bin mode if you want, right? So you can put two different take profits here, right? So this is for only for whole warehouse mode. And if you want, after the fifth call, you want to trade in sub-bin mode, then after the fifth call, the take profit percentage will be put on this page that we can open in the arrow right there. Okay. So I hope this is clear, and let me show the sub-bin mode here also. When we open the sub-bin mode profit, you can see we can put a different percentage here that is not dependent on the first 4 margin calls. You can sell this fifth call in whatever percentage that you want, and sixth call you can put a different percentage and say on the seventh call also, and so on, as many margin calls that we have open. So it starts with the fifth call. I hope this point is clear, that this is meant only for the whole position. Okay. So this is the callback of this take profit. What is a callback? When you want the market to reverse in the direction. Suppose you want you want a 3% profit in this trade. Suppose you want a 3% profit, and you start from this price, and your target 3% comes here. So you have put a small or callback function here, a small percentage of callback, that you want the robot to sell only if the market drops by this percentage. Suppose you put a 0.01%. So it will wait for the market to fall by this percentage, even if it has not, it has gone beyond this 3%. So once it's reached the 3% take profit target, it will take the trigger and get ready, and will start waiting for this callback, which can happen anywhere. It can happen after 3%, or the market can go above this. Suppose it goes to 7% more, and then it decides to fall, right? So whenever it falls by this callback percentage, only then the robot will sell for you, and it will try to give you better profits or more profit. Even if you have put 3%, sometimes you will see that you get more than 3%, and sometimes you will see that you can get less than 3%, depending on the fluctuation or volatility of the market, right? So this is a callback function. I hope you understood this. And the same callback you can also put in buy function also, buy percentage also. Suppose you want the robot to, suppose the market is dropping, and you want the robot to buy for you after it has dropped by 3%, right? But you put a small callback also here. What you are saying now, that get ready and take the trigger only when the market has dropped 3%, but don't sell unless the market has reversed by 0.1%. Okay. So suppose you started from this price, and your next level of margin call, buying margin call, is here, that is 3% drop, right? 3% down. But still the market keeps falling and falling down. Suppose it falls down to around 8%, and then it decides to come back and reverse the direction. Only then it will wait for the 0.1% callback, and then buy for you at a deeper price. So even if you have put a 3% drop, sometimes you will see that you get a more discounted price after the robot has buy for you. Okay. So these are the two callbacks, and we can make better trading decision if we put some figure over here. So don't put it 0. It is advisable that you can put 0.01 or even 0.1%, or even you can put sometimes 0.2%, right? But don't make it very large. Don't make it very small also, unless you want to miss some good profits. So here you see, this is the buy in callback and this is the take profit callback. And I showed you this is the sub-bin mode take profit, that you can put a different take profit in each and every margin call. And this take profit is also connected to this callback that you put here. You can put a callback here also, right? And then we have this margin configuration. That is the heart of our strategy, because that is the page, when you open this page, that allows you to make a good strategy for capturing a good drop in the market. So when you open a trade, it doesn't always goes up as you wanted it to go. Sometimes it goes in the opposite direction against you, but you have to be prepared to manage the risk in the market. So this is the page for risk management. How much drop you want to cover, that you put on the left side of the page, and how much capital you want to invest in each margin call, that you put on the right side of the page. So you can put as much drop as you want. It can be very small, it can be very large also, but always try to add it up, all the drop that you put here, and always take a reasonable amount of total drop in a market, because no one can guarantee that how much down the market can go or how much high the market can go. So always take a sufficient drop. That is advisable if you are trading on a in a risky market, in a crypto market that is very volatile. You must take around 30% to 40% drop if you are trading in a longer strategy like sub-bin mode, and or if you are trading on one shot in a short trade, like you open or only one or four margin calls, then still you must take at least 10% to 15% drop. That is advisable, but you can consult your own leader on upline according to what they are teaching to you, right? So it depends on your strategy. It depends on your risk appetite. It depends also on your capital, how much capital that you want to use, and how much sure you are, how much good you are in analysis of the market. Suppose you can analyze the market and you see that it can drop only 5%. So you don't need to take more than 5%. But if you are unsure about this, you can take at least 20 to 30 or 40% drop in the total margin calls, right? How can you distribute it? That depends on yourself, and you must take a good reasonable amount of drop here. So every time you want to buy a call, you need some capital also. And here you can see you have times here. What is the time? This is not in USDT. This is the times of the amount that you put in the first buy amount. You see the first buy amount, that was $5 I put here. So it will multiply this figure with the first buy-in amount, and according to this strategy, how much you want to invest, that depends on you. So suppose I have a first buy of $10, for example. I have a first buy of $10, right? So if I want to buy 0.5 times of what I have bought in the first buy, how much capital it will use here? It will multiply the 10 with the 0.5, that comes to $5 only, right? So you can buy a $5 here and the $5 here if the first buy is a $10 amount, right? And now it has one time, that is $10. And now you can see here it is 16 times. I have just changed it. So I missed to change these figures. So you can put your own strategy here, right? So I hope this is understood. And when we give the total drop here, So how to calculate the total drop? You must add up all these percentages. So it comes to around 30% or 40% or 50 or 60% according to the strategy that you have used. So if you go to the steady strategy, you will see that it gives you around 40% drop. If you go to the radical one, it can take up to 60%. And if you, in the radical, it takes around 30%. And if you go for conservative mode, in conservative strategy, you will get around 60 to more than 60% drop. In the same way, you must add up all these numbers here that you have put. Don't ignore it, because these are the times that you want to buy in your margin calls. So if the total, whatever the total comes, for example, the total comes to 30, suppose, for example, the total of all these times that we add up here, it comes to 30 number, 30 times, right? So what you can do to calculate your capital that can be invested in this trading strategy. So suppose the total comes to 30. First of all, add 1 into it. Why? Because you started before with a first buy in amount. When you started in first buy, it bought for you 1 time, and then it will reach here to buy the first call. So before it had bought the first call, it has already bought this 1 time, that is the first buy amount. Okay. So whatever the total comes here, suppose for example, it comes to 30, then you must add 1 to get the total times it will buy for you. So this is the times of what? Multiply with the first buy amount. So suppose you have the first buy of $5. So what the total comes here is around $155. I hope this is correct. So this means that after you have put all the numbers here, you must calculate how much capital is required to buy this coin in all these margin calls. You cannot put like this, like you have seen the default strategy that is going to buy 16 times, 32 times, and 128 times. You can use this also, but only if you have the capital that is required, the sufficient capital that is required for you. If you have a small capital, you must change all these figures and calculate how much is the total capital that can be used in this trade. Maybe it remains unused because it depends on the drop in the market. If you have given around 40% drop and the market only drops by 10%, maybe you will buy 3 or 4 calls only, and the later calls will be unused, right? But we must always be prepared for the bad side of the market, because that is where the insurance comes. Insurance is one thing that we must always be prepared for the bad side of the market. Even if the market is going in our favor, we must always manage our risk here. So this is the page, that is the main strategy page of this setting. I hope this all these settings are clear to you and there is no confusion. If all the settings, all the parameters that you see on this page are clear to you, type 1 in the chat so that I can proceed further. If you have any question, you are free to ask. If everything is clear to you, just type 1 in the chat. Let me know. Let me know how many of you have learned all these parameters very clearly. If you have any question, you can still ask your question. Okay. So I can see cryptologist has raised his hand. Cryptologist, you are free to unmute. Let me give you the permission. I hope you can unmute, or I don't see a, okay. Let me give you the permission. Okay, or let me change the host also. Okay. I don't see the permission there. So anybody else wants to ask anything, or is it clear to you? Type 1 in the chat, and let me ask Mr. Cryptologist if he has any question. After that, we can
Very good morning. A very good
Yes.
morning, everyone on the call.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Good afternoon somewhere in parts of the world. From my country, it's good morning.
Yes.
So thank you, leadership. So I wanna get something clear on a on a take profit callback. Yeah, it's a TP callback.
Yeah.
So can you make it a difference between someone who will put 0.0 and someone who might put 0.01 and someone who might put 0.05? What's
Yeah.
the difference in that?
Yeah. It depends on your strategy. It is your choice, whichever you feel comfortable with. There is no hard and fast rule that this is the only number that needs to be put here. It depends on your understanding also. So someone is maybe using 0.01. I'm using mostly zero point 0.1 and sometimes zero point 0.2 also. Someone is using 0.05 also. So it depends on you. And also it depends on the coin also. Sometimes you see a coin is very less in price, like 0.00123 like this. So it is very
Yes.
low price coin. So if you put a 0.1%, it can go very high on this it in this percentage. So in that
Okay.
time, when you
Yes.
see a coin is very low in price, you need to reduce the percentage like 0.01 or 0.02. If you see the price is very high, suppose you are trading on Bitcoin or Ethereum, that is a very costly coin. So
Yeah.
if you put a 0.1%, even if you see it is a very small number, but still it can go very large in price. So what you need to do is you need to check the price of the coin. If suppose it is more than suppose $100 or $500 or $1,000 coin, so you can reduce the percentage to 0.01 or 0.02. So you need to calculate yourself how much is this percentage
Yeah.
if it goes according to the price of the coin also. I hope this is
Okay.
clear to
For
you.
someone, yes. Okay. For someone of myself, if like I put 0.0, what's gonna happen?
If you put 0 point, how much?
Zero. Yes, 0.0.
If you put
Yes, what's gonna
if you
happen? Let's
put a
say
zero,
my take profit is 3%. Then my typical back is 0.0.
so if you put a zero here or zero point 0.0, that is one and the same. If you put a zero here, nothing will
Yes, my
happen. Like
typical back is
it
zero
will not
point 0.
yeah, it will not use the callback function that you don't want it to use. If you don't want the callback to be used in this trade, you can put it 0 and it will not use the callback. So you have to put some small percentage like 0.01 or zero point 0.1, whichever you want, right? Okay, is this clear?
Okay, so
If
in
you
fact, I want to get the advantage
the
or on
advantage,
the disadvantage.
yeah,
If they,
yeah,
yes, the
that is a
advantage
very
of putting the bigger number on the
yeah.
typical back, what exactly are the advantage?
Okay.
Or
That
is
is
an
a
advantage?
thank you for asking. This is a very good question, actually. Uh, so unless you understand what is the advantage, you will think about putting a zero here. But if you know what is the benefit of putting a small percentage here, then only then you will like to use it. Suppose I want to put a 0.1% here, suppose, right? So what happens here?
Okay.
What happens here? So if you put a zero here, suppose if you put a zero here or leave it blank like this,
Yes.
right? It is like asking that don't use this callback function, right? If you put a zero, it will not use this callback function. What happens then? After it has reached this 3% profit, suppose it starts from here and here is
Yes.
the 3% price, it will sell immediately. It will not wait further. Even if
Okay.
the market is rising, you will miss the bigger profits. Even if the market is falling, it will sell for you exact 3% price. Whatever is the trigger price that you see here, the trigger price will be the selling price of this coin if you don't want to use this callback function. I hope this point is clear. But now coming to the second
Okay.
point, what is the benefit of putting some number here?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What is the
The
benefit?
benefits.
If you don't put, it will not wait for the market to go ahead or to fall down. it will just close the trade here only, right? This is the 3% take profit. But you cannot
Yes.
guarantee that this coin will stop rising only after 3%. Nobody can guarantee, not even me, not even you, or not someone else, right? So suppose this price keeps on rising. It goes on up and up, higher and higher. Suppose it's reached to 5%, or even if it reached to 10% above, right? And then it starts to fall down. So what will happen? Only after it has fallen down by 0.1%. Suppose I put a 0.1% here, and then
Yes.
the market goes down by 0.1%. Even if it has crossed your 3% target profit, it will sell and give you a higher profit. So what will happen? Suppose the market goes up by 10% and then wants to fall by from here, from this price. Suppose it has fallen by 0.1% from here. It will give you, say, it will sell for you and give you a profit of 9.9% from here. So even if you
Okay.
have asked for 3% profit, you get a higher profit in this example. I hope this is a good benefit for you.
Yeah. I think I get it right now, if I'm not mistaken. But so I want to ask the last one. So in other words, in my understanding, you are saying to me, if I put 0.0 as it is, I will get that 3% as my profits.
Yeah.
It's what you are saying to me.
If you want only 3%, you
Yes,
want the robot to sell as soon as it hits this price target of 3%, you can put
I'll
a zero.
get that 3%.
Yeah. That is okay.
Yeah. So
That is okay.
yes, in okay. Let me also try and put my understanding. When you put a 1 or 2 or 3, you mean that if a price of that particular pair I am trading goes above 3%,
Yeah.
because of 0.3, that's or 0.1 that I put in my under my typical back,
Hmm.
I am accumulating all the way up. Let's say, for an example, the market goes all that gives us maybe 50%, which means I'm eligible to get that 50% because
Hmm.
that's 1 or 2 that put under my typical back.
Yeah.
It's what
So,
you are saying.
uh, Uh, I didn't get you exactly, but can you explain what drawbacks that you see if you put a
Okay, let me say that I put
0.1% fallback? What
yes.
what is the
Let me say
drawback here?
let me
Because
say I put under typical back I put 0.3. Then
okay,
the price goes all the way up to 50%, which means I am going to accumulate more than 3% as I was expected.
yeah.
It's what you
So
are saying. I'm,
after
I'm going to
after
get almost,
suppose
when
after
the
it
market
has reached
start
to
falling
50,
with 0.3,
yeah,
I'll get the
after.
almost 47%.
So you are saying that after the price has gone up by 50% and then it wants to fall by
Start falling.
0.3%, only
3.
then it will
Yes.
sell for you. So that is the benefit here that I'm trying to explain.
Oh, yes. I wanted to
In
understand
this
that.
example, as you told, after 50%, it falls back by 0.3%. So the net profit you will get here is 49.7% profit. Even if
Oh,
you
I
have
know.
even if you have put a 3% profit here, you can expect the market to give you more than that if you have used this function very cleverly. Okay.
Okay. So,
Is it clear to
okay,
you?
which means I actually, that's, yes. No, my last one. Which means by putting 1 or 2 or 3,
No. If you put a bigger number here,
I
suppose
am protecting
suppose you put
the
a
profit.
1% or 2% here, then it can go very down and reduce your
3,
profit
0.3.
percentage. It is not advisable. So you can what you can do, you can click
Yeah,
on
let's say
I
zero point
button.
0.3.
Can you see this I
That
button?
0.3 can able to protect the profit if it goes up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get you actually.
No, I think I get to say.
Yeah. So what you can do, you can open your Royal Queue or YO app, whichever you're using, come to this page and click on this I button. Wherever you see this I button, it has some information for you to explain what is the function and what is the benefit of using this take profit callback. So you can read it here. It says that the take profit callback settings for 1 to 4 position. This is the callback for only for 1 to 4 because this is the whole position. Next thing is says if it is set too low, suppose it is set too low, suppose you set 0 or even 0.01%, it may be sold
Yeah.
immediately. You will not get the benefit of putting a callback because it is very easy to fall by 0.01% even if it is pumping very hard. So you don't need to put it very low because it will be sold immediately and you may lose the opportunity to earn more income. Can you see this line? Can you understand this line here? What it gives you, what is trying to give you is an opportunity to earn more income of what you have asked for. So this is the main advantage that we are talking about. And on the other side, if this set too high, like you said, you want to put a 3% callback or 1% callback, right? So this is a very high callback. So what happens if you put it a too high percentage? The losses may occur also because suppose the coin goes up by suppose 3% and you want it to sell only when it goes down by 1%. It is a big callback. So maybe after falling 1%, it may keep on dropping low and low. And the order may be filled in the exchange only if it reaches around this buying price only. So maybe it goes very hard, very hard, falls by very hard percentage, and you miss the opportunity to sell it at a higher price. So what the robot is advising you, don't put it too low and also don't put it too high. You can decide your average. So the advisable, that is, you will see the default setting here. If you open any new coin that you haven't changed the setting, you will see 0.3% here. That is a standard callback, right? You can reduce if you want to make it lower, you can go as low as 0.1%, but don't go above this. Don't put a 0.5% unless you have put a greater profit in. Suppose I want to take a profit of suppose 15% here. So then I can make a bigger percentage here. I can even put a 0.5% or even I want to put a 1% here because it depends on how much profit you want the robot to sell for. So if you want a bigger profit, you can increase your percentage of callback. If you put a standard or low profit here, suppose the standard here that you see will be 1.3%. So if you want a robot to take a profit of 1.3%, then you must do it like 0.1% to 0.3% like this. Don't make it very big. Don't make it very small. I hope this point is clear to you, cryptologist. Or
Very clear. Thank
some
you a
point.
lot.
Yeah. But it is always advisable that you must use this function. Don't put a zero. Don't put a zero here. Then you will miss the opportunity of a greater profit, right? You will miss because you never guarantee, no one can guarantee that how much is the actual take profit that this coin can give you. It can go beyond your expectations also. So this is like if you have heard about if you do something, sometimes you do trading on the exchanges, that is a manual trading. You have heard about trailing the profit or trailing stop loss. Have you heard about trailing? So this is the same thing that we are doing in Royal Q. This is trailing our profit upwards. Even if it is going down, it is trailing the buy percentage. Once it reaches our buy percentage level that we have put in the margin configuration, it will keep on trailing till we reach the lower limit, right? So this is a good function, always advisable. You always put some figure here, maybe small or maybe a standard figure. I hope this point is clear to all of you. And do we have any other questions or we can proceed further? So you can read in the chat also. Our mentor Jean Paul has explained to you very in detail about the advantage of putting a bigger number on callback here, right? So you can go and check with that. So do we have any other questions or we can proceed further? I can see many one in the chat, so that means that everything is clear to you. Okay, so let's move forward because we have now learned about the basic settings of this trade, right? Any trade that you want to open, you will see all these. So these are the essential settings. Why I'm calling it essential? Because unless you put any number here, you cannot start the trade. You have to put some number here, right? You cannot leave it unchanged. But if you want some advanced settings also, so these are optional also, right? Even if you don't go inside this page, your trade can still start and give you profit. But if you want a good setting or a good option, a smarter way to trade, you can use benefits of this advanced settings option. So this, you can click on this page like this and open it here. So it can be used even in the one shot trade also, but it is more useful if you put a cycle trade here. So for those people who are trading on cycle, I hope you understand what is the difference between trading on cycle and one shot. How many of you know what is difference of trading in a one shot trade or a cycle trade? If anyone doesn't know, you can ask right now. How many of you know about this function? There are two kinds of trade. We can have a one shot trade and we can have a cycle trade. Okay. Thank you so much. So I can see some replies here. Clear. Okay. Okay. I have one more question. First position drop, what percentage will put, sir? Position. First position drop. So where is the first position drop here? I don't see first position drop. Do you mean about this margin configuration, the first position drop, or somewhere else? Can you be more clear about this? Okay, so all of you, most of you have replied that we all know what is the difference of cycle trade and a one shot trade. So if you are trading on a cycle mode, so cycle is especially for those people who are very busy in their own profession and they want to trade 24/7 using this auto mode function of Royal Queue. So that is what Royal Queue is meant for, to keep on trading 24/7 non-stop for you. So if you have opened a trade in cycle, you must understand what is the main problem that we see in the cycle mode. What is the only problem? Like we have started around 2021 or 2022. Some people will be very old here, right? So at that time, this function was not here. You cannot you didn't see this function here. So what happened at that time? Many of us put a cycle trade and we started because we were very new and we don't have much knowledge then. So what we did that we started cycle trade. And what is cycle means, if you want to buy here and you want the robot to sell here, it will sell for you here and again buy for you at the same price, at the same time and the same price. Again, it will buy for you and keep on uh, trading for you. Like if it reaches the sell price here and again it will buy for you, again it will go up and sell for you and again buy. So what happened then? What happened then? After it has reached the top price of that coin, the all-time high, in that time, many coins reached the all-time high price. Like in 2021, in November especially, you saw that Bitcoin touch all-time high price of $69,000. Right? I hope you all know that. That was the highest price Bitcoin has ever touched in before that, right? 60 in 2021. That happened in 2021. So many people were trading on cycle mode, and once it reached the all-time high price, because this was on cycle mode, it again bought for you at the highest price. And after that, suddenly the market started dropping and it crashed in 2022 to around $15,000. So can you imagine one person who has bought this coin at $69,000? Now he will see that the price is now $15,000. So he cannot buy more, he cannot sell here. So what he can do, he can only wait for the market to come back. And it did come back, but it took around 2 years to come above that coin, above that price, right? So that was the only problem that we see in cycle. We all want the market to keep on going up, but nobody wants that the robot should buy at the highest price here. So to solve this problem, to give a good solution, now robot Royal Q has given you not one but many different options to use in this cycle mode. So what is this cycle condition here that we can put here in advanced setting? It only applies to this. Uh, Let me complete this first, and then we can read your questions in the chat. Okay, so let us focus on this uh, topic now, right? So what is this advanced settings mainly meant for? It is mainly meant for the first buy triggering condition. What is the first buy? Like I told you, if you want to buy here and sell here and again want to buy here, so you don't want the robot to buy at the same price, the higher price which it has sold for you, because you want always want that the robot should buy at a lower price. So you want to wait for the price to come lower and then buy for you at the lower price and again give you a profit at a higher price. So how can you do that if you are not available at the market all the time, all the day and all the night? How can you do on auto mode? This is the function that allows you to get a better first buy price, even if the market is in uptrend or in the downtrend, right? So you will always buy at a better price and never be in a big floating loss if you use this function very cleverly. So we have multiple options here. Let's see how many options that we can use here. We have a first buy triggering price. We can put our desired price here. Whatever price you want, you can put it here. So suppose we are trading on Bitcoin. Let's take an example of BTC, right? And you want to buy at the current price. Someone can tell what is the current price of BTC? I don't want to go to the market right now because I'm sharing the screen. Can you anyone check what is the price of BTC right now? And whoever gives the first answer, first correct answer, will get a 1 BTC reward from our leader Doris. I hope you understand this. I always repeat it. Right. Who is the first to reply? Who wants to win 1 Bitcoin for you from leader Doris right now? Just reply. Nobody wants. Oh, very good, very good. Who wants to get 1 BTC? Okay. No, it is 1.03 million. How much is that? The current price of BTC. Nobody knows that. So let me go to the market now. Okay. So I can see nobody wants to win 1 BTC. So you failed to win 1 BTC. So it will be sent to me because I want to win this contest, right? So this is the current price of BTC. You can see here 63,493, right? So suppose you want to buy BTC right now at this price. What you can do? Let me open some other coin. Let me open some new coin now. So let's open OG. OG is very good name of a coin, OG. We all want to become OG. Okay, so let's go to the advanced setting now. So suppose I want to trade Bitcoin on a cycle mode, and we all know that Bitcoin price right now is 63,458. So suppose I buy this coin at 63,458, that is the BTC coin, and it sells for you at, suppose you take profit at $64,000, right? But you don't want to buy again at this $64,000, but still you want to remain in this trade on a cycle mode all around the year, right? For whole year. You don't want to get out of this trade, but still you want a lower buying price every time. So what you can do, suppose you see that Bitcoin is moving from $63,000 to a range of $66,000. Suppose this is the range right now. It is moving. It is not going below 63,000 and it is not going above $66,000. So what you can do, suppose you start here at $64,000 and you sell it here around $65,000. But you want the robot always to buy at this the same price around $64,000, or right now it is 63,458. So what you can do, you can put a price here. Suppose I put 63,458 here, right? So every time it will sell for you, it will not buy immediately. It will not buy the first buy immediately as soon as it has sold. The cycle we keep on running. The cycle will keep on running, but it will wait for the market to fall and come to this price that you have put here. Only after it has hit this price or below its this price, it will buy again for you. So this is a price that you want the robot to buy. Any coin, you can put a price here, right? So obviously you want to put a lower price here and you don't want to buy at a higher price. So this is the first way how you can manage your setting in advanced setting mode. You can put a first buy triggering condition and you can put your own price here. Every time it comes to this price, it will buy for you. But if it is higher, suppose it has reached to $64,000, it will not buy for you. Only after it reaches this price, it will buy for you. Is it clear? So this is the first way. But this cannot be applied in any kind of market. Again, this is not, this is a good setting, but this is not applicable in every kind of market. Suppose Bitcoin is going from 63 to 64, then it goes to 65, then it goes to 66, then it goes to even $69,000. So suppose you have bought here and sold here, and it refuses to come back down. It doesn't wants to come back. So you will keep on waiting for this price to again the BTC to reach here and buy for you. So you will miss all this bull run here. You will miss all the bull run here. So what you can do, you can put another way of buying this price. What can be another way? You can put a first position drop here. This is the second way how you want the first buy triggering condition to happen for you, right? So you don't put any price here because this price can be very low and it is sometime it fails to reach here. So what you can do here, you open this first position drop and suppose you want that the price should fall by around 2% and then it will buy for you. You want the robot to buy at a 2% drop price. So suppose you started your trade and you put a take profit of 3% here. You put a take profit of 3% here. So it will sell for you at 3%, but it will wait for the market to come down by 2%. Only after it has reached this price, it will buy again and start the next cycle for you. So this is a clever option. I hope this is a better option for you. Instead of just buying at a higher price and waiting for the market to go again higher and higher. You can always put a drop here, right? So how many of you agree that this is a better option instead of just starting any trade on a cycle mode and just hoping that the market will not come down? So what you can do here, you can put a desired drop here. Even if you want, you can put a 0.5% drop or even 1% drop, or even you want a 5% drop here. It is according to you how much you expect that the market can fall. After that, you want to buy. So it depends on the coin also and the market also. So this is another way. But sometimes what you see here, most of the time, even for most of the time in the year, you see that market is moving in this range. It is not going above this, it is not going below this. Right now, you can see for many months, Bitcoin is moving from $63,000 to $66,000. So this is the range that the market is moving. So sometimes you see that market is in a sideways market, or we can call it ranging market. So this is the lowest and the highest range that you see any coin that is moving. So what you can do, you can put a range here, the price range here. That is another option. You can put a lowest price here and a highest price here. Suppose I'm trading on BTC and I want to put $63,000. Suppose I don't expect that BTC will go below this 63,000, or even I can put a $60,000 here. So if I know that Bitcoin is not expected to go below 60,000, and I can see that the highest price it has gone up by $67,000. So I want to trade within this range. I don't want to cross below this or above this. So what I can do, I can assign a price range, and as long as the coin is moving between these two ranges, it will keep on buying and selling for you, right? So this is only for the, if you want to put a range, this is only advisable if the market is in ranging market. It is not in an uptrend or a downtrend. So what happens if it is in uptrend? It will not come back in this range. So if the market has crossed your range, suppose you want the market to be in this range, 60 to 67,000, and it crossed this limit, the higher limit, it will not sell, it will not buy for you again. It will wait for the market to go below and enter this range again. After that, it will buy. Same way, if you don't want to buy at a very lower price, suppose you want that the lowest price I want is $60,000, and suddenly it goes down and reaches to $55,000, it will not buy here. It will wait for the market to come back again in this range, and then it will buy for you. So this can be another way of trading in an advanced setting. First thing I told, I can put a price here. Second thing, I can put a percentage of drop here. And third, we can put a range here. I hope these three are clear to you. These three are clear to you. And the fourth way that you see here is another way of starting a new buy. So all these settings are only applicable to the first buy triggering condition. Don't confuse it that it will be applied to the margin calls also. It will not be applied to margin calls. It will only use this setting only when you are starting a new cycle to make the first buy purchase, right? It will be used only to buy the first buy and start a new cycle, right? So you don't expect this to happen in the margin calls. Okay. So one more thing that you can use here is you can give a cooling off period here. So what is a cooling off period? This is a time that you want to wait for the next buy to happen. Suppose you have bought here and you have sold here, and you don't want to buy again at the same time it has sold for you. You want it to wait for another 1 minute or maybe 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So then you want it to buy again. Maybe in these 10 minutes it goes down. Maybe in these 10 minutes it goes up again. That you cannot see because you're not online always in the market. But you can put a cooling off period here. So this is what we can put here is in seconds. You can see S here, that is in seconds. So suppose you want the robot to wait for at least 1 minute before it starts another cycle. In the second cycle, you can put here a 60 seconds time, right? You have to put a seconds time. Suppose you want the robot to buy for you after 1 minute, after it has sold the initial cycle, then it will keep on waiting for another 60 seconds. Suppose you want to robot to wait for at least 5 minutes more. How much seconds you will put here? Anybody can reply. How many seconds then I will have to put here? If I want the robot to wait for at least 5 minutes more, then I want it to buy. How many seconds do I have to put here? How many seconds? Okay, 300 seconds exactly. So multiply it with 60, whatever minutes you want. I hope this is very simple to understand. How many minutes you want, multiply it 60 because we have 60 seconds. So we will put a 300 seconds figure here, right? I hope this is understood. Same way, if I want the robot to wait for at least 10 minutes, what you can do, multiply this with 60 seconds and you will get a 600 seconds that you can put here. Okay. So this is another way. So you have to choose yourself. No one way is very, you can call it best, or no one way is a worst one, right? You are always, you can always choose your own way of using this advanced settings. That depends on what is your understanding, or maybe you can try one by one each and every setting. You can try one setting in one coin, another second in another coin, and you can see whichever is working the best for you, and you can choose here, right? So I hope these are all clear to you. I just gave you four different ways to start a new trade in a cycle mode, right? A new trade. This is only for a new trade, but the same trade that is running in a cycle mode. Okay. So even if you are trading on one shot, what you can do, you can put your favorite price here and start the trade in one shot. It will not buy immediately. Only when it reaches your price, it can start. Okay. And suppose you want a 5% drop after you are start. If you want to trade on one shot here, if you want to trade on one shot, but you don't want to buy at the current price, right? So suppose current price is here and you start the trade, you activate on one shot, it will still wait for the market to drop by 5% below, then it will buy for you. And then according to your take profit, it will sell for you. So this way you can use it for cycle mode also as well as on one shot. But it is more useful for those people who are trading on a long cycle, right? For many months or the whole year, because you cannot always be present in the market always to make the perfect buy for you. So this robot is helping you. It is assisting you to make a good to take the first buy at a good price for you, not even at a higher price. So what else you can do? What else can you do? So these are just the basic settings of advanced settings. If you want to go more deeper into more advanced settings, what you can do here, you can click on this drop down arrow. You can see here drop down arrow, and it will give you three more ways to start this trade. You have seen the trigger price here, but now we have three different ways. One, two, and three. What are these different ways? These are the indicators. If you know about these indicators, we have a RSI here, we have a KDJ here, and we have a MACD here. So these are three different indicators that you see on any chart. Suppose I want to open this chart. I want to see these indicators here. So you can see here, we have all these indicators. We have 6 indicators here. But at advanced settings, we can use these 3 indicators, the MACD or the KDJ or the RSI also. So if you have good knowledge about these indicators, you will find that this is a very fine way of starting a trade using these indicators, because you cannot be present every time in the market once you are trading on cycle, but your robot can monitor the chart for you 24/7. That is what robot is giving you for the $120 that you have paid for, right? This is the one thing that you can take advantage of the robots 24/7 monitoring the trade for you. So what you can do here, you can click on this trigger price. You can see here, I click here, trigger price, and I can select any of these 3 indicators. Only one will be applied. So if you have good knowledge about these indicators, so you can understand how these indicators work. I'm not going to explain to you how these indicators work, because that we teach in our technical classes. You can attend the technical sessions here when some leader explains to you, or if you want, I can explain in the next class. But if you understand how RSI works, you can click on this RSI. If you understand how RSI works, suppose I have selected the RSI indicator. So what you see here, the first buy triggering condition has been changed to RSI. So what it will see for you, it will wait for the market to go in oversold area. I hope you know what is oversold area. If you don't know, uh, what I can explain, uh, suppose this is a range of the market. This is the highest range and this is the lowest range. A coin has gone up and down in the recent time, right? Not all time high or all time low, but in the, suppose you can say in last 7 days or last 1 month or last few months, right? So this is a highest price and this is the lowest price. A coin is moving from down to up, or up from up to down. So what this area means, this area is like a divider you see at the both sides of a road. You travel in a highway. Suppose you are driving on a highway. You see this footpath here on both sides of the road. So these are the uh, upper limit and the lower limit of the coin, right? Of the price of the coin. So the lower limit, what you can see here, suppose this is a 0% and this is 100%. Suppose a coin is moving from 0% to 100% and again falling down from 100% to 0%. So what we see here is a from 0% to 20%. From 0% to 20%, this area is called a oversold area. What we call it? A oversold area. And same way, from 100%, if it comes down to 80%, from 100 to 80%, this area is called a overbought area. This means that this coin has been overbought here. Overbought means all the buyers in the market have exhausted and they have bought almost all the coins that they want to buy, or they have exhausted all the dollars that they amount they have they want to invest in this coin. Same way, when the sellers enter the market, the price is starting to go down, and when it enters this oversold area that starts from 20% to 0%, in this area, it is expected, it is not guaranteed, but it is expected that almost all the sellers have now sold their coins or their assets. Now, no more selling pressure will be seen in this area. or the market will soon recover and go up, because this is the lowest price a coin can be bought, and this is the highest price a, a coin can be sold in the market, right? So if you have this coin, you will always like to sell at a higher price. You will not wait for the market to come down, and you will start selling once it enters above 80% overbought area. And suppose you want to buy and enter in this coin, you will always wait for the market to come at least in the oversold area, and that will give you a lower price in the market, right? So what we see here, we are in the spot market, because this is in the spot market. So you will see always a oversold condition here. But when you are trading on a futures market, you can still use this advanced setting, and you can still use this RSI function. If you are in the future market, if you open a long trade, you will see this same oversold condition here. Or if you open a short trade, you will see what? You will see a overbought condition here, because you want to sell a coin at a highest price, or you want to buy a coin at a lowest price, that is in the oversold area. So since we are in we have opened this trade in spot market, you will only see a oversold here. So if you apply this setting, what will happen? You are telling the robot, suppose this is 0% and this is 100% area, and this is a overbought area, and this area is a oversold area. Means this is 20% and this is 80%, right? So suppose this coin you see here is moving here around anything here, right? Like 40% level. Okay. So, and you just activated the coin on a cycle mode or even in the one shot mode, and you put this setting of RSI, it will automatically set this setting as oversold area, and it will not buy the coin unless it comes down and enters below the 20% level. Only if it comes below 20%, suppose it reaches 19% or 18%, then it will buy for you. So this is the best time to buy, when the coin is in oversold area. And the same way, if you are trading on short trade in futures market, you don't want to buy a coin when it is in the middle of the market. It can go up, it can go down also. So what you want to buy, when you want to buy the coin, when it reaches at the top, at the highest price. So once it enters the overbought area, means it goes above 80%, anywhere above 80 or 90 or 95%, it will buy for you. Sorry, it will sell for you here. Means it will start the short trade, and then it is very likely to go below. The price will go down and give you a good profit. So this advanced setting is uh, very useful if you understand all the functions here, and if you understand these indicators, how they work and what is the best time to buy, even if for those people. So if you are a good analyst, then you can take your own decision. You can analyze any chart, and you can trade according to your understanding. But if you are a beginner here, if you don't know anything about what is indicator, what is RSI, what is MACD, if you don't know anything, still you can use this setting as a default setting. Like if you want to use a RSI function here, you can just select this RSI. So you don't need to watch the market now. You don't need to analyze the indicator now. This work will be done only by our Royal Queue. Our Royal Queue will do this work 24/7. It will keep on monitoring the market. As soon as it reaches in the oversold area, it will trigger the first buy for you. I hope this is clear to you. This point is clear to you. So only thing that we can change here is the RSI length, or even we can change how the condition that we want it to start with. So we can see here we have 6, 12, and 24 length of the coin. Just give me 1 second. I will come back. So how many of you understood this RSI trigger? Good. So only thing that you can change here is the length of RSI. What is this means? Like you want the robot to analyze for you for the last 6 days or for the last 12 days or the last 24 days, right? So it is up to you, whichever you want. If you don't know much, what you can do, you can take the middle one, that is an average length here, right? And when you click on this oversold here, you can still have, you have still three options here. You can put a less than price or a greater than price or even in the oversold area. So once you select the oversold, if you select the oversold here, that is the default setting. What you see here, it will start, if this oversold area will start from 20%. This is the default setting that I just explained to you. But someone may want to start not at 20%. Someone may say that I want to start from 30%, or I want to purchase only when this coin goes in the 10% area. So what he can do, he can click on this oversold and select the less than option. If you select the less than option, now this is editable. This has become editable, because in oversold, if you have selected oversold, you cannot edit this. So now I want, like, this coin should reach below 10%. I want to buy at the lowest price possible. Then you can select 10% here. Or even if I am very conservative or not very conservative, so I can put a 30% or more, right? So it depends on your understanding, your knowledge, and your analysis also. But if you select the oversold, like if I do and click on oversold, it will again come back to 20%. That is the standard signal value. I hope this is understood, right? And one more thing that we can do here is we can add another RSI condition here. What this means, we can add another RSI condition. Suppose I want to give two different conditions. Like, let me do it for you. Suppose I click on this add RSI condition. So now what you see here, we have a RSI condition number 2, and this is the RSI condition number 1. Right? This is the RSI condition number 1, and this we can add another condition. But both these conditions must comprehend each other. They cannot go against each other. That is what we need to understand. What this means, suppose I want to put a condition on this first one. Suppose I want a price to be less than what? A less than 50% area, right? I don't want to buy above 50%. Suppose I want to buy below 50%. What does 50% means? Suppose this is the market. These are the oversold area and overbought area. This is 0. This is 100%. And the central line that you can draw here is, you can say, 50%. So I want to buy a coin when it is less than 50%. So I can put a less than 50% here. But I don't want to buy uh, below 10%. Below 10%. I want to buy in between these two. Suppose I want to decide this, that I want to buy less than 50%, but what I can do, I can add one more condition here. So I will select on this oversold and click a greater than condition now, right? The first condition is less than. The second I selected is a greater than. So what I can do, I can put a 10% here, right? So what I did now, I want this coin to be bought in where somewhere, suppose this is 0 and this is 10. Somewhere between these two lines. I want this coin to be bought somewhere less than 50%, but more than 10% area. So I can put two different conditions here. Or if someone may decide, someone says that suppose I want to buy when the coin is going up. So once it crosses 50%, this can be another approach, right? There can be many different approaches. Suppose a person wants that this coin is going in an uptrend. That means it has already crossed 50%, but I don't want to buy near overbought area that starts from 80%. So what I can do, I can put two different conditions to buy greater than 50 but less than 80, right? So if I want this to buy in a uptrend, right? So what I can do, I can put a less than 80% here, right? And a less than 80% and a greater than 50%. In this way, I'm asking the robot that this is the setting for you. Like you can wait for the coin to pass 50% level, right? So it can go around 55%, suppose, but it should not buy above 80%, anywhere between 80% and 15%. So you don't want to buy a coin at a overbought area, but still you want it in to buy in an uptrend. So this can be another approach like this, less than 50 and greater than, sorry, less than 80 and greater than 50, right? So it depends on your understanding, your experience and your knowledge. You can try different settings here, but everything is providing you a better way of entering the coin in a cycle mode, right? Or in a one shot also. So all these conditions are helping you to make a good decision and make the entry at the better time. So everything in trading, you see, in trading, everything depends on your timing in the market. What time you enter and what time you exit the coin. That is what makes a trader profitable or non-profitable, right? If the timing is good, you will make a good profit. If your timing is bad, you will always lose your funds. So everything depends on how much you have this knowledge about the market, how good are you in the analysis. Even if you are new, you don't know much about these charts and candles and indicators, but you can still use all these functions that have that makes you use this robot to make a better decision for you. So this comes from experience also, and this comes with uh, practical experience also, right? So you can you can choose between any of these settings. So today I have explained the first indicator, that is RSI. I hope this is clear to you. And I have also explained the different settings that we see here. Uh, Suppose I go back to trigger price, you can see all these settings. I have explained all the different basic settings as well as one indicator, that is the RSI. In the next session, I will try to explain these two different other indicators that you see here, that is KDJ and MACD, because we have to consider the timing also. So it is also already 1.5 hours. So I will like to conclude here. And in the next Monday session, I will explain the both KDJ and MACD to you. So once you have understood the difference and the better way to trade in this using these advanced indicators, then you will find that most of your trades are going to give you very good profits and in a very less time also, in very less time also, right? So this is it for today. I hope all of you have understood. But if you have any questions, we can take few more minutes to answer your questions. Okay. People are writing 300. I don't remember. I asked something about 300. 300. Okay. So we have understood. This is why it is called advanced settings. All depends on what you want to gain on take from the trade. Haha. Okay. Thank you so much, Temben. Okay. Leader Ajay is saying very clear, coach. Right. So I would love to hear how much you understood about these settings here. And one question that came before is the from someone who is using Samsung phone. Uh, he has attached the screenshot also. Uh, can can I see what it means? Just I'm trying to read your chat. You can put your questions or your reviews about today's session in the chat. First, okay, he was asking first position drop, what percentage will put here? Okay, so first position drop, where is the first position drop? I still fail to understand. Where is the first position drop here? Yes, okay, okay. Now I see. Sorry, very sorry for you. For my understanding, you see the first position drop here. Okay, now I see the first position drop. Okay, so let me open it again for you. I hope you are in the session. The Samsung phone question who was asked. Okay, so let me quickly answer for it for you. And you asked about this, not in the first position drop. Okay, this one. So this I already explained. If you are in the session, I already explained that we can give a percentage drop here. Suppose you want the coin to be bought again and start a new trade after it has dropped by 1% or 2%. So this is the drop for the first buy to trigger. If the robot has bought once and sold again, and now you want that the price should fall by this percentage. Suppose I put a 2%, so it will, if after only after it has dropped by 2%, it will make the next first buy. Okay, so this I already explained during the session. I hope this is clear to you. Have you understood, Samsung, whoever you are, because I cannot see your name here. So let me read some more questions. First position drop, yes. Robert will stop after 24 hours or it will automatically everyday run. No, it will keep on running in the cycle mode. If you put a cycle mode, it will keep on trading on the same coin all the year, right? Even after you have completed your 1 year, if you have automatically renewed your robot, it will not stop the trade. Only it will stop after you change the cycle mode to one shot. Unless you change the cycle mode to one shot, it will keep on running the coin all the year around. Okay. I hope this is understood. It will not stop after any time. It will only stop for the first buy if you have put a first buy triggering condition, right? It will wait for the condition. It will not stop still, but it will wait for some time. Okay. Okay. So can we read some more questions or some comments here? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Afonso, winner. Yes, Samsung. Thank you so much. Jay Kula is saying, I understood, although it's not possible to capture everything in once, recording will really help us out. Okay, yes, understood. So exactly, you can revise as many times if you get this recording in YouTube. So I will try to send it to Leader Doris because she is not here, I think, but I have recorded in my computer. So I can ask her to upload it for you. Thank you, our mentor, Jean Paul. Thank you so much for all your love and support that you give to this team and all the leaders here. Thank you so much. And anybody else wants to add something or ask something, you're free and welcome. or we can call it a day and close the session. Do we have any more questions to be answered? Okay. Thank you, Temben. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, all of you. And thank you, all the people. Yes, thank you, all the people who attended the full session. Uh, I hope you got some good understanding about the basic as well as the advanced settings in Royal Q. And now you will like to use uh, and trade in a better way. Okay. So I think we can call it a day, and I would like to invite our mentor, Mr. Jean Paul, to conclude this session, and then we can close.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, uh, Coach MB.
Yeah.
This is an amazing opportunity that we always have. I always learn like a new student when I come, of course, in the session, because keep repeating these parameters, of course, keeps opening my eyes to see that even the beginners can win using this board, because it was created for uh, professionals, beginners, and other intermediate students. They can practice and use it, of course, to put these parameters into action so that they can win. And I really believe that we need to tell this platform, everyone who is looking for opportunity in this world. The problem most people have is that there are the ones who bring people on board, and they don't take them through the continuous learning that can enable them to understand it. And on the other hand, there are other people who are not managing to come to attend these sessions because of different other responsibilities they have. But I believe that recordings, of course, keep helping them to understand. That's why we keep seeing the result from our team members. Uh, when they are trading, we see it. When they are growing, we see it, and we keep, of course, making follow-up to students to make them the traders that they wished to become. So I thank all leaders from across the world who are contributing for this movement that we have already started. And I believe that we are transforming our lives, we are transforming our economy, and this is what we have all been here about. So I believe that with different sessions, different subjects, different topics, our students in our global community will keep growing, of course, to the extent that they become the traders they wish to be. Otherwise, I thank you once again, Ridam Nish, for this contribution. And I believe that we keep joining hands to work together so that we can make our community successful. Blessings and blessings.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Leader Jean Paul, and thank you so much, all of you, for your time and attention. I hope you learned a good knowledge in today's session. So now it's time to close the session and call it a day, and see you in the next session. Till then, thank you so much. Keep learning, keep earning, and have a good day.